Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and for today's video we are going to be stuffing our cash envelopes. Okay, so I do want to go ahead and before I start with the video do sort of an introduction to what me and Erika from Erika Life Vlogs are doing. Like I've been mentioning in my couple last videos, me and Erika have teamed up for this sort of collab series where we basically switch budgeting methods. As you guys know, I am a monthly budgeter, which means that I only stuff my cash envelopes once a month. So I have all of my cash that I would need for the month in my cash envelopes, whereas she's a paycheck to paycheck budgeter. She bi-weekly budgets because she does get paid twice a month. So that's her budgeting method. So for this month, we decided to completely switch our budgeting methods, and I am going to be trying out the whole paycheck to paycheck budgeting while she's going to try the whole monthly budgeting. So although they both kind of go hand in hand, I did want to go ahead and do this because I know that a lot of you guys watch both her and I, so I thought it would be fun to switch up sort of our methods so you guys can see how we incorporated with our whole budgeting systems and our ways of doing things. So I am really excited to do this. Now, like I mentioned, this is going to be my first cash envelope stuffing, so this is for paycheck 1. I did want to go ahead and mention a couple of things before I start because I just know that I'm going to be a complete mess because this is something that's completely new to me, but I did want to go ahead and try out something new for you guys, so I hope you guys appreciate this. Now for the month of April, as you guys know, I actually get paid on a weekly basis. I get paid on Saturdays, so I will be having 4 paychecks on April, but before my first paycheck of the month in April, I do have to take into account the 5 days of the week that don't have money from April. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be taking my paycheck that I am getting the last Saturday of March, and I am going to be taking 5/7 of that paycheck to take care of my 5 days. So as you guys know, there's 7 days of the week, so I'm going to take 5/7 of that paycheck. I know a lot of math going on there, but I thought that would be the most ideal thing to do just because my first paycheck of the month is on the 6th, and obviously I have to take into consideration these. So my income for the month of March is going to be a little bit less in my actual because I am taking that money for my first paycheck of April. Now, as you guys know, I want to go ahead and show you guys because I wasn't able to sort of put that in my income sort of section, and as you guys know, these stickers are for my Etsy sticker shop. If you guys are interested in checking them out, I'll go ahead and leave a link down below. So I wanted to do paycheck to paycheck budget. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what in a perfect world my budget was supposed to look like. So I do have sort of the petite planner. This is the ERIKA'S petite monthly planner. And this is what I first wanted it to look like. So if you were to, let's say, budget paycheck to paycheck for your income, I would have my paycheck 1, paycheck 2, paycheck 3, 4, 5, and then my variable income. And then I would go ahead and put expected for each single one, and then my actual ones. And obviously my bills and everything like that. Now, I didn't have space to do that in my 7x9 ERIKA'S Deluxe Monthly Planner, so that's something that I would do if I was budgeting paycheck to paycheck, which I am. Now, I am still trying to figure out the nooks and crannies of this because, as you guys know, I do weekly check-ins every single week. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be laying down my spreads in my Petite Monthly just so you guys know how I would do it in my bigger Deluxe Monthly, which is basically the same because I'm using the same stickers and everything like that. And I'm going to do this sort of as a rough draft just in case I mess up, because for some reason I feel like every time you try something new, you're bound to mess up. So I'm going to show you guys how that's going to look like in the Petite Monthly Planner, and if it's all correct, then I'll go ahead and bring it over to my bigger Deluxe Monthly. So you guys will be seeing sort of more of the Petite side of things today, but I'm still taking account all of these numbers obviously and everything, just so I have a rough draft, because I feel like I'm already anxious that I'm going to mess up in my budget planner. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, I'm trying to like cover all the bases here. Okay, next I want to talk about my cash envelopes. Now, these are new cash envelopes that I purchased from the Budget Mom. As you guys know, I absolutely love her cash envelopes because they do have this in the back of the cash envelopes where I can notate every time I take out money and what it is for. So that's the reason why I really like the Budget Mom's cash envelopes. And I just have them in these really, really pretty colors. Now, I did change the paper that I used for this month. I'm not 100% sure what paper it is exactly, but if you guys are wondering, go ahead and just leave a comment for me and I'll go ahead and check, because I know I have it. This is sort of the paper that I use for my inserts that I put in my personal rings. So I decided to just go ahead and use it for my cash envelopes this month. So those are the cash envelopes that I'm going to be using. I love rose, a kind of floral pattern, and I really like them. So I think I will be using all of these. I believe so. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Once you have your budgets whole set up, what I would do is I would set up my sort of first paycheck spread. Now, I'm going to be using these smaller Erin Condren Petite planner stickers just because I just came out with these last week, I believe. And I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering how they look like. So I want to go ahead and use these for that reason as well. So I'm just going to be using the floral pattern that I offer, just because I feel like I always only use one pattern, but now you guys sort of get the gist with the second pattern. So then I'm going to take my first paycheck tracker and put it right there. Now, as you guys can see, this paycheck tracker doesn't have a side for the income, and the reason it doesn't have a header for the income is because I made it so that this goes hand in hand with the budget kit. So as you guys can see, all of your incomes are in your monthly spread, but your bills will go in here. So my header has my bills / expenses, due date, budget, actual, and in your variance. So I am going to be putting all of my cash envelopes as well as the bills that I have to pay for this month, and that's basically it. So first and foremost, I do want to go ahead and show you guys this. So my first paycheck is going to be counting from the 1st to the 5th. So that's kind of the time frame that I'm looking at for now. So I'm going to put all of my cash envelopes first. So first, maybe I should zoom in just a tiny bit more. So first I'm going to be putting my groceries, cash envelope, then my eating out, my gas, allowance, beauty. Now those are all of my cash envelopes. Now I am going to be adding tithing. So for all of my tithing, you guys know that I have a budgeted amount for that. So as you guys can see, these are the amounts that I have for this month. So what I'm going to do is, for all of my cash envelopes and my tithing fixed expense, I am going to be dividing that amount by 5 because I have 5 paychecks. So every paycheck, I'm going to be putting the same exact amount into my cash envelope. So that's how that's going to work. Now the only bill that I have to pay, the only credit card bill that I have to pay this week would be, for my first paycheck, would be my Forever 21 card. Now for my cash envelopes, I don't have to put a due date obviously, but for my Forever 21 bill I do have to. So that comes out on the 4th, and then on the 5th I actually do have one more bill. I have my PayPal. So for my PayPal bill, that one I have to pay on the 5th. So now my budgeted amounts are as follows. For groceries, I have to stuff that envelope with $20. And eating out, $16. Gas, $22. Allowance, $16. Beauty, $18. For tithing, we're giving $16 this week. And then for my Forever 21 card, I believe I'm going to be paying the $27, which is the minimum payment. And for PayPal, that's $88. Okay, now that is what I have for my budgeted amounts. Now for my actuals, that will be at the end of the week when I check, sort of do my weekly check-in. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be doing a weekly check-in, just because I want to allocate all the pages that I have correctly with the amount of paychecks that I have. Obviously, Erika doesn't have this problem because she does get paid twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month, but I get paid every single week. So I'm just trying to allocate my pages correctly. Now, last but not least, I'm going to put my totals little header. And I'm just going to skip a line. And then last but not least, I'm going to add up all of my expenses. Now, my bills and expenses for this paycheck are as follows. We have $20 plus 16 plus 22 plus 16 plus 18 plus 16 plus 27 and 88. So that is 223. Now for my cash envelopes, we're going to take out PayPal and Forever 21 because I do pay both of those online. So, okay, I was like, why isn't it adding up? And the reason is because I didn't put my sinking funds. So, see, this is what happens when you try out a new system. So for my sinking funds, I had budgeted that I was going to be putting $400 for the month, so divided that by 5, I'm putting $80 each paycheck. So it's not going to be 223, it's actually going to be am I a mess, guys, or am I a mess? Okay, let's see. So that's going to be 303. And without my PayPal and my Forever 21 card, I'm going to be stuffing my cash envelopes with 188. Now, we can go ahead and move on to the stuffing part, which is the most fun part, I think. Now that we have gone through all of that, whew, I feel like, ooh, this is hard, guys. I usually don't have to account per paycheck, but this is hard stuff. Okay. I feel like Erika feels like my budgeting method is hard because obviously we're so used to our own budgeting methods. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pick which cash envelopes I'm going to be using per thing. So I think I'm going to make this my tithing cash envelope. So I'll put tithe. And obviously you do have the option to write it in the back as well. And then right here, I'm going to write all of that later on. So that's tithe. Then I can do my groceries here. Then I'll do this as eating out. Okay. Then this is going to be my gas cash envelope. This one will be my allowance. And this one will be my beauty. And just like that, I used up these 6 cash envelopes. Now, I didn't have a tithing cash envelope last month, which is why I only had 5 of them, but I did add that in my budget this month. As you guys know, I had really been thinking about putting that in the previous months, but I just hadn't, so I really wanted to include it in my budget this month. Okay, so now the fun part. Now I have all of my cash here, which I usually don't have this many like single bills, but let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so we can just go ahead and start with this one. Now for tithing cash envelope, I am going to be putting $16. So I'm going to take 10, 5, and $1. That $1 is crisp. Okay, so 5, so 10, 5, 16. For that. Oh yeah, these cash envelopes are a lot more sturdier than with the regular paper. Now for groceries, I'm giving myself $20, so I think I'll just put a 20 in there. So groceries for the week is going to be $20. Now this is super different because now I'm very limited to just using the amount that I have there. Obviously, with me stuffing my cash envelopes for the whole month, I was obviously restricted as well. But this is a lot more restrictive because you only have a bit of that money because you're budgeting per paycheck. So I definitely understand, and I will try to make this work. I think I usually have been pretty good with my weekly expenses. So it's just really different for me to see this amount of money, whereas before I would see for the whole month. So it is different to me. Okay, next we have eating out. For eating out, I'm giving myself 16. So there we go. So we have 10, 5, 16. So that's for eating out. And then we have gas. So for gas, I'm giving myself 22 for the week. Now my car fills up with $40, I believe, $45. So 22 is going to be half a tank. I hope I can do it, guys. I hope I can do it. Okay, so that's for gas. I usually have been wasting just half a tank. It's just I'm like a lot more like, whew, okay, we gotta make this last until next paycheck. All right, next we have allowance. That is $16. So that 5 and 1. So 16 for allowance. And then beauty, we have 18. So we have 10, 5, and 3. So 18. Okay, so that is all of my cash envelopes. Now, last but not least, we're going to go ahead and check that we have the $80 for my sinking funds. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Now this is going to be going to my sinking funds. Now I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to allocate it. So maybe for my paycheck 2 cash envelope stuffing, I will go ahead and get a lot more change just so I can stuff my actual sinking fund system. As you guys know, I do use this sort of coupon sort of divider folder, and that's where I've been having all of my sinking funds. Now I don't know how I'm going to do all of this, so I think what I'm going to do is just leave it like this and try to stuff it as well as I can. So put the bills wherever I think. So maybe fill up one of the sinking funds first and then go through the other ones. Not 100% sure. I feel like I should have gotten a lot more change if that was the case. So that's just, you know, a little learning curve right there. Okay, so that is basically it for my cash envelope stuffing video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I still don't know how to feel about this because it is very different to me, as you guys know. Let me go ahead and show you guys my actual budget planner. But yes, so like I mentioned, I will be making these paycheck to paycheck cash envelope stuffing videos for every single one of my paychecks this month, so make sure to be on the lookout for those. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and sort of this learning curve. Let me know if you guys budget paycheck to paycheck or if you guys budget monthly. Last but not least, I do want to go ahead and encourage you guys to go check out my girl Erika from Erika Life Vlogs. As you guys know, these April budgeting videos are going to be collab videos with her because I am taking over her method, and if you guys want to check out how she is doing taking over my budgeting method, then go ahead and check out her channel. I'll go ahead and leave the playlist for all of our collab videos linked down below, as well as all her socials. That's basically all that I have. Please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.